Hi everybody, welcome to another YDF Live show. My name is Stephen Aitchison, creator of YourDigitalFormula.com, a program to help you become the online influencer that you are. Okay, so 7 business lessons I have learned kind of over the years, and I was I've written an article on this as well, but I got a great article from entrepreneur.com which I thought was really good. So this is really kind of from that, but it's all the kind of lessons I've learned, and it incorporates everything that I've learned as well. And the number one business lesson is the right people are worth everything. The right people are worth everything to you. And we're talking about kind of all gamuts of your business. We're talking about people that work with you. We're talking about collaborators. We're talking about people that buy your programs, your products, your coaching, and everything else as well. We had, just to give you an example, we've got some brilliant people, amazing people in the YDF Tribe, and these are the people that kind of buy the program, the YourDigitalFormula.com program. So they buy the program, and what I found is when people join the kind of program, they join the group, the secret group that we've got as well, but without me asking or anything like that, everybody is just helping each other. Everybody is in there, if somebody's got a question, everybody will dive in and just answer that question and just help each other out, to support each other. There's no rivalry, there's no competition in there, they're just there to support each other. And I've found that the right key people within the YDF Tribe are just doing brilliantly in there, and they're really helping themselves, they're helping other people, and they're helping me at the same time as well, unwittingly. They're not kind of realising it, but they're helping. We've got likes of kind of Laurie Emmett, we've got Kathy Baker is in as well, Eva Orsano, just to name a few people that's in, Stephen Webb. There's loads of people in there just helping each other out, and it's just amazing to see, and I love it. And I get messages from people as well. If I've missed something, Laurie Emmett, for example, has written to me, Kathy Baker has written to me, she wrote to me when I was on a live yesterday on the CYT live show. And I was on live and I didn't know I was live. She wrote to me and just said, "Do you know you're on live?" Which was embarrassing, but it turned out okay, I think. So that was quite cool. So the right people are worth everything. And I also want to mention as well, within that group, I found a lot of people to work with, who I work with as well. So what I've done when I first started the group, I was just kind of in there, kind of answering questions, but I found the group grew on its own. And people in there started to help each other, and I was watching people doing this. And one in particular was Maria Flynn. Maria was just brilliant in the group, as were other people as well. They're just fantastic. Maria would get on and help people and kind of make quick videos, or she would jump on Skype with other people for maybe half an hour just to walk them through something, because she understood the program, what the benefits were, and how it was helping her as well. She's now grown to 245,000 followers on her page. But I was kind of watching kind of Maria, what she was doing in the group as well. And as I was watching her, I just realised how authentic she was, and she did things with integrity, she was honest, and everything else as well. So I asked her to be the community manager after a while, and pretty soon I realised she'd got a lot of skills. Networking skills, kind of skills, and even the technical side. She doesn't think she's very technical, but she is. If she doesn't know, she'll figure it out using Google. Mr. Googs always helps. And now she's the operations manager, and I probably couldn't do without Maria now, to be honest. If I'm being really honest, Maria does a hell of a lot in the background, so it would all be so much harder. And that is what I mean by the right people are worth everything to you as well. Same with collaborations in business as well, even when you're interviewing people and stuff. So find the right people and you can grow your business that way as well. Number 2, you're going to fail at some things, and that's cool. You have to expect to fail at some things, but as long as you're learning and you're not making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, then that's when a failure is fine. That's when a failure becomes a success, because you're learning from it. So if you fail at anything, if you kind of do a launch or something and it doesn't get anywhere, and I've done that loads of times myself, it doesn't get anywhere, it just means you go back to the drawing board. It doesn't mean to say your content is crap, it doesn't mean to say anything else crap. It could be you've not done the marketing. You've not learned enough marketing skills to market this properly. And there's loads of different reasons, but as long as you're learning from what you're failing at, then it's not a failure anymore. It becomes a success because you build upon that. And that's kind of what success is. Success is really just a stairway of failures until you reach the pinnacle. And you never ever reach the pinnacle, to be honest, because there's always something more you could do. There's always something better you could do as well. So failure is inevitable, but you can turn it into a success. So if you think of a stairway, you're going to get a failure, you step up, failure, 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 success, failure, success, failure, success, and it just steps up to success. So really that's what it is. If you think about it, it's just stairways to success. That's what your failures are. So learn from them. Don't be disheartened. Well, you're going to be disheartened, but try not to think about it too much and berate yourself too much. And most of all, don't give up. If you're failing, even if you've failed a couple of times in succession, still do not give up. If it's one big thing I've learned is just never give up. Just keep going. You've just got to come at it from a different angle. If something's not working, try a different angle. And try and get some help from other people as well, like the right people as well. Number 3, time is your most valuable resource. And I've learned this when I was doing coaching. So I started coaching, business coaching, a couple of years ago actually, and I took on 10 clients and I thought, this is brilliant, it's going to be good, I can help more people and I can get more money in for the business as well and grow the business that way. But I quickly realised that the time I'm spending with coaching clients one-on-one is not really that, it's not a good business model to have. I don't think. Unless you've got really, really high-end business clients. Now, I charge $2,000 a month. I'm just going to be upfront, $2,000 a month for coaching. And that's what I charge. But I didn't back then. It was, I think it was $1,400 per month. So if I'm taking on 10 clients, that's $14,000 per month. But that's taken up around about 20 to 25 hours of my week. If I'm speaking to one-on-one coaching clients every week, and that's what I do. So it wasn't worth my time. I know $14,000 is a lot of money, but I'd rather spend that on the business, on the product, and kind of growing it and doing kind of talks and seminars and stuff. So your time is very, very valuable. So keep your time sacred. And whenever you're first starting out, when people ask you for podcast interviews, when they ask you to do an interview online, a live interview or something like that, you might get lots of requests to do that. But pick and choose the ones that are going to be valuable for you and your business. Because your time really is valuable and you could be spending that time doing other things. When you're doing a podcast interview, it might take 2 or 3 hours to prepare, and the back and forth conversations that you have as well. Number 4. Communication can prevent or fix almost anything. When we've got something happening in our business, we tend to kind of keep it to ourselves. If something happens and we don't know how to fix it, or something happens when somebody else is involved, we think, right, okay, I'm just going to go in and fix it myself. But we have to find a way to communicate with people in order to help them fix a problem, or communicate and just say, okay, how did this problem occur? How did this situation happen? And if we can communicate effectively, then these problems are not going to happen in the future. Whereas if we don't communicate and we just go in and fix everything ourselves, for example, then the other person is never going to learn. They're never going to learn how to fix the problems that they're creating. And it's not just about problems, it's about effectively communicating with people that are on a different stage, a level above you. For example, it's about communication that way as well. So communication in all facets of the business is really, really vital and can fix kind of almost every problem as well. If you have a problem in your business, communication, somebody else can help you fix that. And that could be through coaching, but you've got to find the right coaching client, and that's all done, or the coach, and that's all done through communication, the right questions, the right thought processes. Number 5 is a big one. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You can never, ever, 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 ever get a product perfect, or a a service perfect. You're never going to be perfect. If you're trying to write a book, if you're trying to create a product, if you're trying to create a website, you're never ever going to get it perfect. So if you realise that and understand that, you'll quickly know that, okay, I'm never going to get perfect, so I might as well put it out just now. So have a minimal viable product or a minimal viable website. So that's just a basic website. Put it out there if you're trying to create a website. Get a book written as quick as possible. Do the first draft as quick as possible. Don't try and perfect it on the way. Get a product out there as quick as possible. Don't try and perfect it. Put it out there as quick as possible, and then you can update it as you go along, because you'll quickly get feedback from other people and they'll tell you where it needs to be kind of enhanced almost. So perfection is definitely the enemy of progress. And I've done this is something I kind of intuitively realised over the years. Whenever I kind of wrote an ebook, this is how I kind of first started writing ebooks and making MP3s, I would just put it out there and I would get lots of emails back saying, you've got a spelling mistake on page 12, you've got this, the formatting has kind of gone off on page 17. So I would fix all those problems and release version 2 and just put that out there into the world and thank everybody for writing to me. So honestly, if it's one of the big lessons that kind of I've learned and people come to me about saying, oh, my product's not quite good enough, or I don't quite know what to do there, or it's not ready yet. It's never going to be ready if you're waiting for perfection, because there is no time to get perfection. There is no perfection. Number 6 is all ideas must be rooted in practicality. And what I mean by that is, if you have any ideas for your business, say for a product, for example, it's got to be useful for people. It's not just about what you like as well. If you are trying to create an amazing video as well, for example, that's not really a great idea if you don't have the tools to make that amazing video. You don't have the resources to make the amazing video. So all your ideas must be rooted in practicality as well. So when you have an idea for your business, think about it and just say, would I be able to do that? Have I got the resources for that? Have I got the team to help me with that? Have I got the right people round about me to help with that? Can I do it myself? Have I got the right skills to do it? Can I pay somebody to do it, for example? So any business idea, it needs to be rooted in practicality as well. But most of the ideas that we're coming up with to write ebooks, for example, we can do that ourselves. To create a website, we can do that ourselves, or we know somebody that can do it for us as well. Creating a product, we can do that ourselves. If we can't, we'll learn the skills needed, because this is the thing about online business. You might not have the skills, but you could quickly learn the skills you need to create an MP3, for example, to create a membership site, for example. You could take a day and learn all those skills to do it yourself, or you get somebody else to do it if you think it's going to be worth the time. And number 7 is the last one, but not least, is there is always more you can do to keep on learning. You've got to keep up with learning. Everything that you're doing online, everything that, and I'm kind of guilty of this as well. So I teach about Facebook, how to grow. It's primarily Facebook. It's about a social media presence, but primarily Facebook, because that is the biggest platform out there, and it's going to be for the next 5-10 years with everything that's coming out. And I need to keep up to date with what Facebook are doing. And Facebook are changing that much. They're changing so many things. And not only that, with Facebook as well, what they do is they release something, but they only release it to certain parts of the world. But I still have to try and keep up with that. So there's new things coming out all the time with Facebook, and you have to keep up with your knowledge. Same with marketing in particular. You need to keep up to date with your marketing skills. Read books on it, kind of go online and kind of follow people who are really good at marketing and who keep their knowledge up to date as well. The person that's going to fail in business, you could succeed in business and do amazing for a year, and you think, right, I've cracked it, I know what I'm doing, and you bring out the same product all the time, and you keep doing the same things you were doing before, you'll see it quickly sliding downhill, because you're not keeping up to date with what's current. And the online world is changing so much, so you need to keep up to date with your learning as well. And I know you're doing that because you're here just learning different things every day and picking up wee nuggets, hopefully nuggets of gold. So you are doing that just now, just by simply being here. You're doing that just now. So that's the 7 lessons in business. I hope it's been useful. So I'm just going to go to some questions or comments and see who we have in. Okay, Kathy Baker, your Facebook Live turned out to be an absolute perler, Stephen. Perfectly perfect. Yeah, Kathy was talking about the Facebook Live when I didn't realise I was on live yesterday on the CYT live show. I'm glad I didn't do anything like, I don't know, I think I did swear actually, because I talk to myself when I'm working away. I just talk to myself. So I'm glad I didn't really swear or curse or anything like that, or pick my nose or do something stupid. So it turned out okay, Kathy, but I do thank you for your message. If I didn't do that, I'd have still been doing that for another 7 minutes as well, because I thought I'd scheduled it and I actually went live, because my mind was on other things, so I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Cheryl Fletcher Green, your CLIT yesterday was brilliant, Stephen. Always start with a song, just saying. Yeah, I don't think I'll be singing again, Cheryl. But it was funny when I watched it back. I didn't watch it all. I don't like watching myself on camera. But when I watched it back, I just thought, oh shit. Maria Flynn, this is a big lesson for me too. Number 1 lesson, the right people are worth everything. Networking, partners, and find people who master where you struggle, Stephen. You've taught me so much. Yeah, you've taught me a lot of lessons in that field as well. Particularly, I'm not good at networking, to be honest. And Maria's brought a lot of people in to kind of YDF and getting YDF kind of interviews and stuff like that as well, which I'll need to get started back up on that. Just focus on other things. But we've got a new version of Wirecast coming out very soon. So Wirecast are going to be able to, you're going to bring in other people to do interviews on, instead of using what is it, BeLive TV. So I forgot the name, it just escaped me there. Instead of using BeLive TV, so I'd prefer to use Wirecast, because I can use the HD camera for Wirecast as well, and I can't do that with BeLive TV, unfortunately. But BeLive TV is brilliant as well. Yeah, so that is a big lesson, Maria, and I've learned a lot from you as well. Carrie Wedner, I've been injured for 3 years. I've thought about speaking and encouraging. How could live streaming bring in an income? I spent 23 years of house cleaning and now homebound, but through pain I think I've learned lessons that can help others stay encouraged. Carrie, your live streaming is not necessarily going to bring in an income. Well, it could. One of the things I would do as a business model, if all you're doing is thinking about live streaming, for example, is interview other people. So, for example, I interviewed Russell Brunson when he had his book coming out, Expert Secrets. So what I did is I interviewed Russell, and we got thousands of kind of people watching the live show. And what we did is we gave them a special offer at the end with a link. It was an affiliate link to get Russell Brunson's kind of book, Expert Secrets. And so when somebody signed up to buy the book, they were put into a funnel. They were then offered the ClickFunnels product. They were then offered other products, and I actually made money from that. So I think from that one live, probably made about $3,000 or $4,000. It doesn't come all in the one day. It comes throughout when people kind of watch the replay and stuff like that. So that's one way of doing it. That's one business model for live streaming as well. So if somebody's offering something, a new book or a new affiliate product or something like that, you could make money on the back end from affiliate sales. But think about the content. It's got to be great content for your readers and viewers first. First and foremost, that's got to be the first thing on your mind. And then secondly, you think about, okay, how could I monetize this without being too in your face? And that's how I've done it. I've done it with Dean Graziosi as well. Done it with Terry Cole. She had a kind of affiliate offer as well. And I interview people just because I like those people as well. So that is one way of doing it for live streaming. Maria Flynn, failure is good for you. It builds your mental muscle, I think. Yeah, definitely. It does. At the time when you fail at something, I've had a product launch called Mind Alchemy a couple of years ago, and that totally flopped. But it didn't flop in the set, it just flopped financially. So I'd put a lot of time and effort into it. It flopped, totally flopped financially, but I got thousands and thousands of email subscribers from it, and it didn't really harm the business, but I was really kind of down about it and embarrassed about it. Then I looked at the numbers and thought, okay, I've not made any money from it. I've probably lost a couple of $1,000s, but I've gained probably 30,000 email subscribers from it, and I could bring them into the fold, so to speak, into my tribe. This was when I was doing all personal development stuff. So yeah, failure can be really good once you start to think about it. At the time, it's a bit shitty, to be honest, but then when you think about it and just think, well, do you know what? I've done this, I've produced a product, I've got 30,000 email subscribers, I've got 30,000 new people in my tribe that are just there to be, I can give them content, I can make sales as well if they've got kind of other good personal development products as well. So there's a lot of lessons in failure, definitely big time. Maria, time, I think I'm always measuring my projects and things and how they weigh with efficiency and effectiveness. That's one thing you're brilliant at, I have to admit, Maria. I'm not good at that at all. I kind of go with the gut. My kind of gut instinct and what I do in the mornings and stuff is all led by, okay, I think it's kind of almost prioritized in my mind, and I kind of go with that. So I know I need to work in the webinar, for example, the live training for the slides and stuff like that, and then I work on that, and then something else will come up and I work on that. So I need to maximize that much more, because I'm not good at that, although I'm much better than I was at the beginning. I used to flip from different things, writing an ebook, writing a blog post, doing this, doing that, and never finishing a lot of the projects. So that's one thing you're really good at. Letitia Garcia, what an honour to be here. Oh, it's my honour that you're here, Letitia. I really appreciate you coming in and watching the show. Really appreciate it. Carrie Wedner, do you think your voice and looks draw in or turn off people from tuning in? Good question, actually. That is a good question. Do you think your voice and looks draw in or turn off people from tuning in? I think with the message that you've got is going to be the most important thing, but I guess initially your looks, I don't know, I've never really thought about that, to be honest, Carrie. That's one I'll need to think about, actually. I guess just being human, I guess it might put people off if your voice is screechy or something like that, and it's too loud, or it's too in your face or something. And I guess with the looks, I don't know. What does everybody else think? That's a really good question, Carrie. Let me know what everybody else thinks about that. Carrie Wedner is asking, do you think your voice and looks draw in or turn off people from tuning in? Human nature would say if you're really good looking, for example, is going to draw people in. It's kind of human nature. But if you're good looking, that's subjective. So I don't know. That's a good question. Maria Flynn, perfection, it quickly traps me into a corner and thwarts my progress. Lesson learned. Yes. Say no more, Maria. You know what I'm talking about. Your product. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Laurie Emmett, and that's one of the biggest things I've had to overcome, and something you have helped me with so much, Stephen. Perfectionism doesn't pay the bills. No, it doesn't pay the bills. That's a really good phrase. Perfectionism doesn't pay the bills. Just get something out there as quick as possible, and then minimal viable product, MVP. Get it out there as quick as possible and kind of enhance it along the way. So you bring out version 2, version 3, version 4. That's why the iPhone is now on, what is it, the iPhone 7 now? Galaxy S8 now for the Android. So they know it's not perfect. They know they're going to produce another one next year, so they can always enhance it. And I always use that kind of thing as well. You've got the iPhone 7 now, and you have the iPhone 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because it's not perfect. They're always enhancing it, making it better. And Dorothy Lane is saying, great learning. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Rod's Q's is in as well. Welcome, Rod. Good to see you, buddy. Carrie Wedner, what's your dog's name? Oh, did you see the dog in the background? It's Cara. K-A-R-A. Cara is my dog's name. She's 6 years old, golden retriever. And she's beautiful. And she's my kind of best friend during the day. because she's the only person that's in. She's not the only person, but she's the only kind of anybody else. There's nobody else in the house apart from me. Howard Mann, all excellent points. Thanks, Howard. Really appreciate your comments. Maria Flynn, talking to yourself is a sign of a genius. Just saying. Well, I must be a super genius if that's true. Carrie Wedner, ebook, Trusting Through Trials and Tribulations is my ebook. Have not published. Money is an issue. Why is money an issue if it's an ebook? If it's an ebook, all you really need to do is publish it either as a PDF file for people to download the PDF or publish it on Kindle. There's no money involved in that, apart from the marketing, if you want to do marketing. But you can do that for free as well. You can bootstrap it and just do it for free. So, Carrie, I would say that is an excuse you're kind of telling yourself. I'm just going to be honest here, give you a wee kick up the arse. Is that an excuse that you're kind of using for yourself? You've not got enough kind of money to publish it. So if it's an ebook, you don't need any money to publish anything nowadays online. It's just kind of time and effort that you need for marketing it kind of organically. Maria's saying, learn to fail and fail fast. Yes, best way to fail is failing fast. Lorna Francesco, hello sir, thank you for your friend on Facebook, now accepted me your friend. Thank you Lorna, thanks for joining us. And Jenny Christie, I have damaged my back. One of my bones is broken and 2 vertebrae damaged and can't have operation. What about public speaking at schools for positive thoughts to change your life for the better? Definitely. Definitely that's another kind of way to do it as well. If you build up some credibility on social media, I definitely think there's no reason not to do that, to be honest, Jenny. So you can definitely do that if you're up for public speaking. Just give public speech or do public speaking for free and invite yourself to kind of schools and stuff like that as well, and build up your social media presence at the same time if you're not doing that already, and that'll give you more credence, more credibility as well if you're doing that. Howard Mann, lessons learned through failure and not really failures at all. Definitely. At the time we see them as failures, but in hindsight we then say, okay, that was why I became a success, because of the failures that I had. So you're totally right. Lessons learned through failure and not failures at all. Carrie Wedner, well, you're good looking and your voice is captivating. Oh, thank you, Carrie. So is that what drew you in then? Is that what drew you in? So if I wasn't good looking, or what you perceived as good looking, and I had a crappy voice, would you have kind of watched the show? Just wondering. Maria Flynn, I think your energy and authenticity will attract who you're meant to. You'll turn the right people on the right way, and those that are turned off weren't meant to connect with you. I totally believe that as well. So you're always going to get people that don't like you, and that's a fact of being online. So people that don't like me, I don't really care. I'll just say, don't watch, just turn over the live or turn off or unsubscribe from a page. And there's no harm done at all to either party, to either person that doesn't like me or to me either. Because these people, they really don't matter. We don't know them. They're not part of our family and friend circle. They're not part of our kind of business circle. They're not part of the tribe. So it doesn't really matter. People, and it's a fact of life. People are not going to like you. People are going to like you. Simply because of who you are as a person. So, yeah, I totally agree with that. That the right people will be attracted to you because of the energy that you're bringing, the energy that you're giving out, and your authenticity and your genuineness as well. People are going to be attracted to that. The right people are going to be attracted to it. The wrong people are going to be turned off by it, and that's cool. They just don't watch again. So we've got to think about that as well. That's a big thing that a lot of people get hung up on. Like, oh, this person said a negative comment about me, but they don't think about the 100 people that said positive comments about them. When I get a negative comment, I'll just delete it. I don't even really think about it at all, because I know there's people that's not going to like me, and that's cool. Carrie is saying the message may captivate more than the turn off or on. Yeah, hopefully that comes across as the message and the kind of genuine and authenticity that you've got in there as well. And people can see that. People can sense the energy as well. Sarah Cervantes is saying, I say yes because unfortunately people judge you first by your looks all the time. Yeah, but if there was what I would perceive to be an ugly pair, and we all kind of know what we think is ugly. Ugly is the wrong word, but not so good looking would be a better word. If somebody was coming on and doing a live and I perceived them as not so good looking, but they had a brilliant message, they had great energy. Have you ever seen somebody, this is a good point actually, have you ever seen somebody's picture, or you've seen them without them talking or anything, and all you've seen is a kind of face and kind of their upper body or something, and you perceived them as not good looking, and it might kind of turn you off. But then once you get to know the personality, and when their energy comes across and you perceive kind of that enthusiasm and the passion that they've got, that somehow the looks change. The looks don't physically change, but your perception of the looks change as well. You ever notice that? It probably happens in your social life as well. You've thought somebody wasn't that good looking at first, but then once you've got to know the personality and how passionate they are and how knowledgeable they are and intelligent they are, the looks seem to change, and you actually think they're actually quite good looking, purely because of the personality, their energy, the passion, their enthusiasm, their intelligence and everything else as well. So that's what it's like online as well. Does that make sense? I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I don't know. I would imagine you would have. Angela Villelli, you draw people in because of your Scottish accent. Excellent. If that works, that's cool. That's cool. I'll keep on being Scottish. Great points. Thanks, Stephen, says Jen Atkinson. Sarah is saying, even by your WT, because I was bigger and now that I lost some weight. Oh, your weight. Even by your weight, because I was bigger and now that I lost some weight, I get more attention. Ah, that's interesting as well. That's interesting. I suppose if you're teaching people to lose weight and you're big, then that's going to turn people off. But if you're teaching people kind of about business and you're big, that'll be totally different. It's your message, I would imagine, and your enthusiasm and your passion. Letitia Garcia, you're a genius, Stephen. Yes, apparently I'm a genius because I talk to myself and sing to myself. Edward Crystal is in the house. Welcome to you, Edward. Good to have you here, buddy. Sarah is saying, I have the problem of bouncing around ideas like you did. I need to stick to one and dedicate my energy to that. Yeah, I do animal rescue, my passion, but there is no money there. There's money in everything, if you think about it, Sarah. Imagine you done lives. For example, you had somebody follow you around with a camera or something, even a phone, and you were rescuing dogs, and you seen a before and after picture, and you then sold on your kind of Facebook page, for example, you then affiliated yourself with a famous pet store or something, and you give 50% of the commission or 25% of the commission, and you then, on a live show, for example, you review products from kind of pet stores for caring for kind of dogs, for example. You could make money that way as well. You could get sponsorship from a pet store as well for doing lives as well. So there is money in that. There's money in everything. You've just got to think outside the box. And that's on a few ideas kind of I've given you there. But yeah, stick with one idea and see it through to fruition until it's seen through to the end. And that's a problem I had at the beginning as well. I had so many ideas for kind of what to do online for online business. I would start a project and get the next shiny new object, then go to the next shiny new object and never really finish anything. But make sure you finish something, because when you finish something, even if it's a shit product or you regard it as a shit product in the end, you've learned to start and finish a project. And when you learn to start and finish, you'll get into that mindset of starting and finishing. So it does really help when you have one idea and stick to it. Maria Flynn, to those who complain about me being online, I ask them to please block me. Yes, actively saying to people, listen, would you mind blocking me from your Facebook page or from your Facebook newsfeed? I think that would be quite cool to do that. Letitia Garcia, Maria Flynn, I love your tribe, as do all of us. Kathy Baker, if people scroll quickly and are superficial, they will be determined by visual looks. but those who read energy, they will be drawn in to check out the message. That's a really good point, Kathy, because we are in the field we're in, and the tribe we've attracted at Your Digital Formula are those types of people, the people that do feel the energy or read the energy, the more intuitive, definitely empaths. I've noticed this, it wasn't brought out as a product for those kind of types of coaches or people that are kind of empowering others, but it's just so happened that way that a lot of the people are empaths or intuitives, and they can feel and read energy even from a live show, even from scrolling down a newsfeed. So that's a good point. I'll just go a couple. We've got lots of comments today, which is cool. Edward Crystal, excellent advice, finishing things. Brilliant, brilliant, glad you enjoyed it. Howard Mann, some are ugly ducklings that turn into beautiful swans, and then there are those who look great until they open their mouths. Not going to say too much on that, but I know what you mean. Sarah's saying, awesome, thank you for that. I have lots of rescue ideas, but put them on hold because of the job. Because of just over broke. Ah, right, I'm with you. Angela Vallely, like the movie Shallow Hal. Yeah, just like that as well. So we're talking about kind of looks and perception of looks in business as well. Elizabeth Graham, someone with a screechy, manic voice speaking at 100 miles an hour would put me off. Wouldn't be able to keep up. Yeah, I think it would probably put me off as well, and that's when you kind of look at yourself and just say, okay, could I make... Because you can always change the way you speak. Maybe not your voice, you can't change your voice, but you can change how it comes across, you can change your tonality, you can change the speed as well of how you're talking as well. So there's lots of things you can change when you're talking. Maria Flynn, keep being Scottish, it's working for you. Always tell people, use what your mama gave you. Yes, I'll use what my mama gave me. I was going to say something else there, no bother. Edward Crystal, Scottish accent, Steve, yeah. Okay, I think that's it for now. And Jenny Christie, very true, I'm currently studying hair and beauty, so can use the hospital for palliative care unit to help people die with dignity. Ah, okay. Wow, that takes some guts to do that, Jenny. Hats off to you for that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. We've come up for the 40-minute mark, actually, not the half-hour mark, 40 minutes. But that was a good live today, and I liked the interaction, the questions, and that as well. So thank you very much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate your time here. And if you think this was useful, just share it with anybody else. And yeah, sharing is caring. So have a brilliant day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Am I here tomorrow? Yeah, I'm here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.